Hello everyone, this is Godzilla Wolf 1, and I'm back with another episode of Equestrian Elementals, Season 3! And if you remember last time, we built the whole Pie family mine over there, and my cat is currently trying to get attention. I have a cat. Yep, I have one. But today we are going to be building where my dimension transportation portal hub thingy will be, which will be in here, well, this is supposed to kind of be a cave, so I can kind of leave this the way it is, because all the fancy stuff's going on the outside. And what I'm going to do for this is the Golden Door, which was in an episode of the G1 television show. And basically what it was, and I'll probably show it on screen, like, right now, was a giant golden door that acted as a portal to a land where fairy tales were real, which kinda seemed like right up my alley for a portal. And I already built out the little outline here because actually this is going to be a lot bigger than just the outline. I'm probably going to have to cut down a few of these trees. But I just wanted to build the outline so, save some time. And I'm also going to be using yellow stained clay. Yeah, it's the golden door, but well, to be honest, if it was made out of gold, there'd not be enough gold in my entire Minecraft world, so that didn't seem like a good idea. Also, I'm probably going to build a little slit right through the middle or something. We'll see as we go. But anyway, let's get started, and yeah, using yellow stained clay simply because it's way more abundant in the world. I'm going to leave the middle section a little indented at the moment, even though technically there's something at the top that's supposed to not be indented. And that sounded weird. And yeah, like I said, did the outline already to save some time. Now, about the episode, since I kind of do want to talk about the episode itself while I'm doing this, since, well, why not? And also, I'm probably going to make the jump boost element shortly. Why did I do that? Oh wait, no, I'm not supposed to do that. Whoops. Yeah, the reason I'm doing these indents is specifically so I can get the indent idea in there. But yeah, basically my thoughts on the episode that inspired this is it was actually a pretty interesting sort of thing, because you get to see, like, the characters interact with all these fairy tale characters, and one pony named Heartthrob, well, okay, if you remember the whole thing with, Rarity and, well, Prince Blueblood, how she had this mental image, honestly, part of me thinks it might have been inspired by that episode. Yeah, that's looking good so far. I'm still not sure how I'm going to do the middle section unless I indent it in one, which I might do. But yeah, basically, and you can kind of see now why I have so much stained clay. Like, completely seriously, I went and got, like, several stacks of stained clay, which are all cooking back at my house, and I did not necessarily realize I was going to actually need it all. But yeah, I'm going to need it all. Yeah, collected the materials off screen. But yeah, I almost think that this episode might have inspired that, honestly. Since, well, you know how Rarity was all up in arms about, Blueblood being her perfect stallion and stuff? Well, Heartthrob, to a degree, actually did, was looking for her lover, sort of thing. G1, but Heartthrob's entire thing was she was kind of this romantic. Which, nothing wrong with being a romantic. And yes, I made lots of scaffolding because I figured I would need it. I'm going to need it. But yeah, she basically wanted to get Prince Charming to get to her, and lo and behold, guess what one of the characters that came through the fairy tale door was. Yeah, it was just one of those fun episodes, and it actually had a few very surprising twists to it. Which I don't want to spoil, but G1 was kind of like that, and I'm going to need clay, be back in a second. Alright, I'm back, and just in case anyone's actually wondering how to craft stained clay, you do it like that. It's really simple, really. Also, I do have more clay, which I'm probably going to shove in here because I have a feeling I'm going to need more. Yeah, but basically you make hardened clay, which you get by smelting normal clay, and, well, I forgot to throw that in the mix, but, This should actually be enough. I just kind of want, because I'm not really going to use clay for much, and I've got several biomes where I can go to find more. So yeah, I just made most of it into stained clay, and yeah, looking good so far. Once more gold probably would have looked better, but gold is not as infinite a resource as clay is. So yeah, there are a few metals I possibly could have used, but once more, I just think this works better. Yeah, and indentation. But yeah, that was the kind of show that G1 actually was, talking about the episode again, is that a show where you could get away with, like, showing a door to Fairy Tale Land. No, we're not going to explain where it came from, but we don't need to because we're a high fantasy series. Which, honestly, I enjoyed the idea of. They took every possible thing you could do with a high fantasy series and ran with it, which I really appreciated. But basically, yeah, the episode was pretty cool. And a friend of mine did something interesting with it, where in his fanfic it was actually part of the domain of a deity of imagination, which was kind of cool. But yeah, not much to talk about the episode without actually giving a ton away about a really interesting plot twist, actually. Like, it wasn't one of those plot twists you'd see coming a million miles away, but it was rather I guess I could explain it to a degree, but basically the idea was that this was a portal to the land of fairy tales, and it kind of explored the idea of what happens when something that is in the land of fairy tales leaves the land of fairy tales. And yeah, that was kind of an interesting concept you don't really see in a lot of media. Is like this idea that what happens when you clash the world of fairy tales where everything is this certain way. And sorry if I'm sounding incredibly vague, it's mainly simply because I don't want to give away the big twist of the episode, even though it's like 80 years old. And once more, I need clay. Alright guys, I'm back, and I really hope that the amount of clay I currently have completes this, and I kind of realized I was being an idiot. And looking at the picture again, I realized I didn't need a split in the middle at all. It's supposed to be like that. It's basically one of those solid doors that swings out. So yeah, that was kind of me being an idiot. Yeah, well, I thought I'd figured everything out about this, but apparently not, and it actually looks like I'm going to need more clay. So I might have to cut away to get more, but yeah, basically, yeah, it turned out I didn't actually need to put that split in the middle. Yeah. So one thing I do want to actually acknowledge here is I do realize that not everyone is into G1 stuff, but after we had Tyrek on the show, I actually am kind of curious about, maybe us getting some other villains, and actually I think I got everything I needed out of that. Now, how do I get down from here without dying? Well, can I jump to this tree over here? Okay, that actually helped endure some damage. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but basically the one in the show kind of didn't look necessarily as solid, though you're probably wondering, what am I going to put in here? Well, I wanted to get a door because I can't really necessarily open a giant door. It does look a bit flat, but there's not really much I can do about that because this is already gigantic, and to put a little bit more detail in this would be incredibly impractical. But if you're wondering why I'm putting a door there, let me go get something else out of my house over here and probably sleep. Because I do actually have an idea for that, but I think probably once I put the rest of the door frame around it, it will actually look a bit better. But basically what I'm going to do is use carpenter's blocks for that door. Because I didn't want to make the entire door open ajar. But yeah, I also found out that I didn't need that thing because I didn't want it. I thought it opened midway, but it doesn't. But hard to. Sometimes things happen. But anyway, I'm just glad I had enough stuff for it. But okay, let's see. How do I make carpenter's blocks again? I want to say carpenter's blocks. How do I make them? I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's okay, just sticks around something. Quite easy enough to do. Okay, so let's do like I think I'm actually going to need 2 sets of them, so let's grab these, put this in the middle, and I'm going to put a carpenter's door there. Then I'll tell you the rest of what I have planned. Yeah, because, you know, door being like this, which is kind of annoying. No, they couldn't have just made it easy. They had to make it like, you need to do that twice and have 2 left over if you want to do it. But, yeah, I think after I get the rest of the surrounding door frame done, this will actually look a lot better. But let's head back over here and make that door really quick. Like this, and then boop, boop. Yeah, that looks pretty good, and, you know, fits kind of in there. Technically, I could make a middle section there, but I don't think that would really work. Maybe. Let's actually see how that looks, because in the actual one in the show, they had like a pattern like this all the way down. I just don't know how well that's going to look. Yeah, actually, that might actually help. Do I hear a zombie? Of course, he's a rare spawn. Hang on. Sorry about that phone call happened, but yeah, that actually wouldn't look too bad, so I think I am actually going to go with that. Because it did actually have these star-shaped markings all the way up it. I just didn't think it would actually look that good. But now that I see the final product, I think it will look a bit better. So let's put this like that and step back. Yeah, I think that's going to actually look fairly nice. Though the issue is I'm probably going to have to move that one up a tiny bit so it actually looks like it. Well, okay, actually in the thing it was a star shape, but it was kind of a sideways star, but the cross shape is about the closest I can get. Also, I'm going to need to do something about that part down there. But yeah, since I can't have them touching, I'm going to have to take a little bit of artistic license. No, that won't look good either. Okay, that might be what I gotta do here. Whoops. Yes, I might have to do it like this so it looks right, which there's supposed to be 3, but if I do 3, it just won't look right because of how I have to do this, so I'm gonna have to do it like this instead, which is kind of irritating, but there's not much else I can do. If you look at the picture from before, you'll kind of know what I mean by that. Basically, there's meant to be this star shape 3 times on the door. I can only fit in 2 because of size constraints, and the fact if I do it like this, it'll run into these things if I do it any other way. So this is more or less as best as I can do. And I was an idiot there. But yeah, I think that looks good. I mean, it doesn't look exact to what it's supposed to be, but I don't really have a chance, and why am I sinking? Because there's a web here. Okay, and there's supposed to be a door knob right here, which is probably the point when I need a little bit of this spruce wood for the doorknob. It looks like it's supposed to be like right about here on the side. I'm not sure exactly what this is supposed to look like, but from the way I've got it set up here, it looks something like this, and I'm going to need to build up a little bit. And put one right here, one right here, and one right here to kind of make a bit of a doorknob, which sticks out a good bit, but giant door, not much I can do about that unless I met that right up to the door. But I think this looks okay, and why do I keep stepping in webs? I know that guy had Weber, but, like, seriously. Okay, I think that looks good. Now comes the next part, which is building the sort of door frame, which is going to be pretty kind of tricky almost, especially because I'm probably going to have to cut down half these trees. But that's also the reason I got all of this spruce wood. Because I'm using spruce for the outer shell of it, and I can throw that carpenter's block away there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that. But the reason I'm using spruce wood is in the show, we don't know exactly what this is supposed to be. Like, the door itself is made out of gold, but it's not clear if the outer shell is also made out of gold. But given the amount of trouble I had to go through just to get this much, clay for it, I'm just going to make it out of this, which seems a bit like a better idea to me. So yeah, I'm going to make the door frame out of spruce wood because it's more abundant and looks close to what was in the show. Also, I need to rip this part down so I can do this. Do this. And I don't really care that the outer shell is going to go around this. It does. I can always fix that later. And fill it in a little bit more, but right now I'm just going to do it like this, which I shouldn't have done that. And yeah, I'm basically just going to do it like this so that it looks a little bit better and a little more like a door. So let's go like this, then down there like this, step down a little bit. Basically like this, and now I'm going to have to get down there somehow. This is the hard part because I did not think this through. Yeah, I don't think that it matters how high I make if I make the door frame fit. I just wanted the door itself to be kind of built into the side of the mountain. So yeah, let's go like this, go back up here. Yeah, like that. Okay, and that's the complete door frame. Let's see if I can fall down right there, which saved me... Oh, and also I did get these iron boots with feather falling too, which are probably going to be a lifesaver here. Yeah, that looks better. I mean, it's not perfect, but I don't think it's physically possible to get this perfect. Now, here's the sort of annoying part with the rest of this, is I'm going to have to actually go a bit into the mountain here. Which is going to be a bit annoying, because the reason is I kind of need the actual frame itself to be a little bit back from the door, so it looks like it's kind of sunk into the mountain. And I don't really care if I don't get this exactly right. I'm going to fill this in with dirt later when I get more dirt. Yeah, I basically emptied my entire thing of dirt when I did this, so kind of one of those things. I'm kind of at that point where I'm completely out of a substance that's normally extremely abundant in Minecraft. Okay, do I have any more dirt to fill that back in? Of course I have dirt. But yeah, that was kind of the thing. I actually ran out of dirt making the, setup for this, because I had to fill in a lot of the mountain. But yeah, let's, well, actually from here I can probably make it into that pool of water, almost. Yeah, that's actually looking pretty good. So I might speed some of this up. I'm not sure. Probably will. Simply so that you don't have to sit here staring at me do this 100% of the time.
I might have sped up some of the previous part too, depending on how this goes. Wait, what? Good thing I have a lot more of these. But why not replace it with the bold cypress planks? Like, that was weird. Okay, so let's continue. Let me see. You down and... Alright, whoops. Where's right there, scaffolding. Scaffolding, and that one, and boop, boop.
I really needed to think of a better way to do this, but... Okay, that actually is looking fairly nice. And I just realized I needed to do that a little bit more, didn't I? Ah, dang it. Ah, well, what you gonna do? Okay, I don't really care about the, cycle, the day-night cycle right now. But yeah, I'll fill in the rest of the thing later on, most likely. Let's do this, go over here. I didn't really need to put that there, but I will keep it there anyways. And here comes the part that's going to be a little bit irritating, but given the fact the door itself is built into the side of the mountain, I don't really think there's much of an issue here, so I'll just do it like this, and then do that, do down one, and then just go along the side here.
If you hear sound in the background, that's my dog. Where's the dirt? Oh, right there. Okay. Let's head over here, actually, and take this out and replace it with a piece of dirt. And like that. And once more, if this rolls on too long,
Okay, I'm actually really liking how this is looking. Let's do one more thing, and actually, stupid web. Okay, I really do like how this is looking so far, so I think what I'm going to do is probably do the start of the outline and kind of leave it there for now. I might have to actually do that twice. Yeah, tell you what, I'll be back in a second as soon as I do something else. So, see you guys in a second after I finish something. Alright, I'm back, and what I did was I basically just made this 2 wide instead of 1 wide, and there's a reason for that. Let me get the picture back up here. And that's because I'm going to do the towers next, which also are going to need this tree to get out of here. So, sorry tree, you're going to need to go away, which I kind of need I might need more wood for this anyway, so I might as well take that. Let's see, where's my wood? I'll just get rid of this bald cypress. Yeah, I basically just made that 2 in length, and the reason I did that is because there's these 2 pillars on the actual thing. And basically what I'm going to do with that is do something along... dang it, I didn't mean for that to happen. Basically do something like this and make the pillar... how am I going to do this? It looks like this would actually go more like this, actually, so that actually works in my favor. Make this out a few... in the show, it'd probably be a few inches. Here, it's just more like a few feet. So, yeah, basically at this point, yeah, right about there. Now I'm going to do like this to make this look right. And basically I'm going to build... let's see, it should go up to about there. Basically, if you look on the actual thing, you'll see that there is essentially a bit of a pillar that goes up about that far. So, it actually feels like this should go over one more, I think. No, I think that's just the angle in the actual thing. So, actually, I think in the actual show it would have gone out to about here, so... Basically, what I want to do is build this up to about right here, because that's where it stops on the actual thing. And I'm going to fill the rest of this in. In fact, I better do that right now, which is actually convenient. I've got that tree there. And basically build this up, which I just realized I'm actually going to need to cut down part of that tree to do. Basically do this. Let me double check something here. Yes, I was just checking to make sure I was recording. That's happened before, where you where you think you pressed record, but you didn't. But yeah, I've got plenty of spruce wood, so I'm not worried about this. And I'm in a spruce wood biome, so I'm not really worried about it. But basically, these pillars go up along the sides. Technically, they're supposed to be rotating, but in the scale I'm going in, I don't really need that, and I need to eat really badly or I'm going to die. Yeah, I kind of wasn't keeping track of my health there, was I? Though, to be fair, you normally don't expect to die while building, so that might have something to do with that. But basically, I also do need to make it on the ground a little bigger. But I can do that anyway. Basically, if you look on that, you'll see these posts that go up from it, which is basically what I'm building right now. I'm probably going to build one, then build the other one off camera to save time, but you should be able to get what I'm actually doing here. Now, next up, it technically is 3-tier, but I think I can get away with it being 1-tier. This goes all the way up to the top of the door frame itself, which is going to be about right there, I think. It does, yeah, it technically goes above the main door frame to this door frame. And then we'll build out all the way across, like this, until it reaches the very middle, which is right here. Conveniently, there's good indicators of where this is. And at this point, it would actually go out a little bit like this. Oh, okay, one more would probably be fine, but I kind of want to make this symmetrical, so I'll do like this. And, okay, I think that's probably it. Well, I should probably do it on this side too, because it looks like these are blocks on the actual thing. And I actually need to go over to the other one and make that a bit more of a block too. So let's go back over here, because up here it also becomes sort of a block, so I'll do it like this. And it actually has a pyre that comes up off of this, so I'll build that too. And okay, that looks about right. And with this one, the pyre actually is a bit higher than the other two, so I'll do up like this. And then there's a smaller one, so let's do about 3 on each side here. And go up here. I should also probably make sure... Oops. Okay, don't know what happened there. Yeah, actually I'm perfectly fine because I'm going to do this a certain way, so... did I do it on the other side yet? Yes, I did. Okay, so... yeah, but this is basically meant to be like 3 spires on the top of this thing. And I think they actually probably would connect to the building itself, so let's actually jump over here. And build this actually into the side of this, because that seems to be what's supposed to happen. And this will also give me a more convenient walkway. So, yeah, that actually looks like what it's supposed to be like. Technically, I think that's supposed to go out further, but I can always add that in later. So, this should probably go up a little bit shorter than that one, because I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to do. If I'm wrong, I'll come back and fix it, but the middle pyre is kind of supposed to be the highest one. So I did that at 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 high now, or I'll be right back after I finish building the same exact thing on the other side, because that would be boring. Alright guys, I'm back, and I'm actually really liking how this turned out. I mean, it's not perfect, but I think given how big I was trying to make it, it's kind of has to be a little simplified. And apologies for the trees in the way, they're probably going to get cut down eventually. But yeah, I like how this turned out, and while there is more to it, I think I'm going to have to do some planning to figure out exactly where that's supposed to go. And might do it off screen, or might do it on another episode, because next episode I actually want to go and explore one of the other dimensions. Speaking of which, I already built the 2 portals here. It's really simple, you know, nether portal, I think everyone knows how to make. To make the Twilight Forest portal, you need to make a 4x4 grid of water and surrounded by nature stuff. And that's basically it. Also, the reason this is open is so grass can grow down into here and fill this out and make it look better. Because right now it's simply a, you know, barren dirt place, and I want it to look pretty. And yes, I built this gigantic door specifically so I could have a place to put my portals when there's only 2 of them. Yeah, I'm me. If you've watched me for all these seasons so far, you know how I am. But anyway, I'm going to end this episode by actually activating the portal. So, 3, 2, 1. 1 fully activated nether portal, and... oh, crud, fire! Why is there fire? I swear that was not supposed to happen. Oh, I did not expect that much fire. Please tell me this is not on fire. Is this on fire? I honestly did not see the fire coming. No, it looks like it's not on fire. Okay, I'll replace the flowers later as soon as I check to make sure my thing is not on fire. Like, I did not see that coming, and that's never actually happened to me before. I've done that like a million times, and I've never actually had it light the whole thing on fire. Like, that's completely new to me. I've never seen that happen before. Okay, good. That's not on fire. Nothing's on fire. Well, nothing more than what was already on fire. So, yeah, that was a bit more exciting than I expected it to be. But anyway, next time I believe I'm going to go to the Twilight Forest and maybe explore the Nether at some point, but I don't know if how much more is added, but I do want to go in there and explore. Just next time I kind of want to go somewhere there's dungeons and I'm going to have to go get more flowers. Why did it have to light everything on fire? Anyway, this has been Godzilla Wolf 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. See you guys next time. Bye! I still don't have a catchphrase.